All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today, it is time for more fractal beach lizards? No, tactical breach wizards. You no nugget. We are continuing tactical breach wizards. Probably finishing it today. According to howlongtobeat.com, this game is about 12 hours long, and we are over 12 hours. So we're probably in the final few levels, if I had to guess. Breach! Such a fun little main menu. Yes, when we left off, this guy is having a dream, so this is like a training exercise going on in his head, near the finale. So, let me change to a different capture here. This should have maximum FPS. Twitch category doesn't appear to be working. Again? Hang on. Fractal beach lizards. Okay. Ah! I always start sneezing when I start streaming. There we go. I'm allergic to you guys. One of you. I don't know which it is. One of you I'm allergic to. Okay. Hopefully it's fine this time. Okay. Ah, crap. We're doing this in Laboli. Odd choice. Brought you home, kid. We left when I was 7. Then it's high time you came back. I was here on Tuesday. Look, what you really need is to kick some butt. Druid Mafia butt doesn't bring back my finest hour. That's why you're here. Face your fears. Clear your mind. Master the moment. You are a badass Special Forces operative, and you're gonna ice every mother mucker in that room. Non-lethally. Whatever. Breach. Alright, what do we got? Knock out all enemies. Use the laptop to open the security door. It's right there. Keep your team alive. Bonus if you finish the whole thing with everyone at full health. Okay. What the F, man? Wait, what? You need some toughening up, no pain, no gain. Wait, what? Okay, so my teammate shoots me when I shoot. Okay, let's try this. I'm not in line of sight of my teammate now. So we're gonna leave him out there. Okay. There we go. We just had to leave him outside since he shoots us in the back. You won't believe this, but you shooting me while I shot some fake gangsters hasn't resolved my guilt complex. Yet. Tough takes time. Every steak takes a pounding to become its best. You know that tenderizing meat makes it softer, right? Shut up and take a brain peek at what I've got in store for you next. This looks like me? 4 of me in my goth phase? Exactly. Shooting 4 of me in my goth phase is gonna do it, you think? Ever since Joe Dasa, you've been so afraid of doing the wrong thing. You've put up all these guardrails you won't let yourself cross. Represented by goth me casting predictive shot in all directions. See, you get it? I wouldn't go that far. It's time to face the most dangerous enemy, brother. Yourself. It looks trivial, though. Confidence. Finally. Okay. Redeploy over here. Breach here. Alright. Seal all doors. Finish by the end of turn 2. It is currently turn 1. Okay. Redeploy there. Breach there. And does his profit do an, does his false prophet do an attack? Yes, it does. Goddamn, there it is. Show those fangs, Tiger. I don't know why I did that. Killer instinct, baby. Okay. Predictive bolts. Almost got one of them. No. Okay. So when either of my guys shoot an enemy, my other guy shoots me. Okay, so now they both took a hit, they're both low. Okay. Cool, got it. Maybe you're allergic to the plush Mukluk I got in the mail today. Sabotage! Good afternoon, Peepos and Muck. What's up, Disturbed Angel? How you doing? Let's see. He's 98% towards playing Space Cadets Pinball in his freshly installed copy of Windows XP. Don't tempt me with a good time, Gray Fox. What's up? Hey, what's going on? Okay, I thought we already did this. It's the Bright mod for XCOM. I mean, there's some similarities to XCOM, but this definitely feels more like a puzzle game than it does, you know, like that. Is Papa here yet? Oh, okay. I thought you were heading up. Gotcha. IXCN says, been using your guide to unlocking Soto Skyscale today. Now I only have the mastery grind left to do. Thanks a bunch, super helpful. There are two types of people. There's the people that watch that video and they're like, oh man, this is the easy way, F this. And then they just leave a mean comment under the video and quit. And then there's people like you that are like, oh my god, thank you for making this video. I just got my Skyscale. Next room. Feel like the trauma factor of shooting myself that many times might have distracted from tearing down my inhibitions. Man up, Zan. You'll have to do darker crap than that if you want to take on Liv. There are some lines we shouldn't cross though, right? Not me. Be like me. Be free. It does sound appealing when you say it using only one-syllable words. Exactly. Not worth saying if it won't fit on a bumper sticker. Is that a reliable test of solid life advice, though? See, you're worrying again. We're gonna break you of that. Alright, it's a hellish maze of restrictive inhibitions and paralyzing doubts in there. That checks out. So get your butt in there and let's rip it to shreds. Knock out all enemies. Seal all doors. Keep team alive. Let a single teammate perform 3 actions on one turn. Okay. No timer. Oh, now that's clever. Okay, so if I push them into each other, they will shoot each other. And I gotta be careful with this guy if I don't want my people to shoot one another. Can't do that. All right. Okay. Actually, hold on. Rewind. Move there. Seal the door. Then 3-shot burst that guy. You move here. Actually, wait. 3-shot burst this guy. Then move here and seal that door. Okay. That's 2 doors sealed. Let's see. I mean, it was still a lot of work, but you know, there's no reason for me to go to you to complain about it. That's what I'm saying. Followed that as well. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. You left great guide for others to pursue. That's amazing. Really grateful. Took up the majority of my day today. When I did the original Skyscale, which was a longer process, it was still fun though. I followed a guide from another content creator that was big at that time named Dolphy, and they were a lifesaver. Alright, pushed him into that. And go over here. Let's see if we can push this guy into that beam. There we go. Grab intel. Okay. Trying to keep these two separated because they're shooting each other. Oh, I knocked him out the window. Sweet. Let's see. Jen? Sorry, Zan, but your evil twin sucks. We gotta put him through a window. But we were just starting to work together. Listening to women makes you weak. Alright, yeah, we can punt him. Okay. Defenestrate the worst Zan. Wait, so I can wait, either of them? What if I push this one out? Nope. That doesn't accomplish it. That would have been funny, though. Alright, move here. Broom breach over to here. And then push him. No fear! New game title, Tactical Therapy. Tactical Breach Therapy. It took all day, but it's mucking done. Woo, it's terrible, but it's done. Woo, I hate sewing so much. Wait, what? I thought you loved sewing, Bluebell. What do you mean? That's your jam. You and flute, needle and thread. Hold on a sec. Hold on. I got a picture for you. Here we go. Let's see. Open image in new tab. All right. This is from Bob's Burgers, chat. Here we go. This is Bluebell and Flute Girl. This is how they roll, you guys. Like, if they say they hate doing that, don't listen. Do not listen. That's how they do it. You get used to it. Did they use the same weapon? Does the newly announced DLC add new classes, weapons, or similar like the ones before? Yeah, there's new elite specializations. Do they all use the same weapon? No, they're designing them so that you can use whatever weapon you want. They're not going to be attached to one weapon. Imagine picking your starting character in a CRPG by having access to different versions of the character in a tutorial and you have to kill the alts. Honestly, okay, that description, I'm reminded of Path of Exile 2. There's like a hangman's noose. There's like a bunch of people in nooses. You pick the one you want to play, and they manage to break free and make a run for it. And then as you're running away, you see them pull the lever, and all the other characters you didn't pick die. Like, they get hanged. So, yeah, you remind me of that. How are you here? I was having a nightmare about sun bears, then I heard of someone being mean to my friend. Damn it, are there no privacy settings on these things? I mean, I'm glad you're here, but I do not want you in some of my others. I'll teach you some mind guard charms after this, but we should focus on your crap first. What's your, why is your dream clone such a prick? Maybe he's how I imagine confidence? I freeze when I think I might let someone down. The guy we just met sure doesn't. And he was a prick? He was, right? So you're doing it, right? You've just got to beat yourself up less about it. Should we be concerned that getting rid of him didn't wake you up? Oh, that's because he's back in Enormous and in the next room. Ah, maybe your dream brain felt like this arc needed more of a climax. Then let's not disappoint. Proactive shot. Immediately shoots anyone who attacks them, then shoots again in 4C. Knock out all enemies. Prevent 2 reinforcements in total. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. So, whenever I make a clone, it shoots the nearest target. And if the clone dies, for some reason, I get the mana back. So just then, I sent in 2 clones. They shot him, then got killed. And I got that mana back. Huh. Oh, rewind. That sucked. Why can't I get that one? That guy? Hmm. Okay. Well, we did all that. Mesmer OP, yeah. I think that's all I can do. Let's see. I can leave him there, and he'll soak 2 shots at the beginning of the turn. Let's see, hold on. I'm just trying some stuff out here. No, that's not enough. Could do that, and that takes out a couple of them. Mux Intense face. I'm thunkin'! Wait, did she? Oh no, okay, she just got knocked backward. I was like, is she dead? Oh no! Wrong button. Nope, that one's no good. Rewind that. She is out of mana. Okay. Dude, if I did not have the thing, we're making a clone and then the clone dies and I get the mana back, and then also the thing where the clone shoots, like those 2 talents, clone shoots and clone gives back mana, I don't know how I would do this level. I do not know. Oh, when he got knocked backward, it killed the guy behind him. Prevent 2 reinforcements. Alright, so there's going to be 1 more reinforcement there. Predictive shot. There we go. Alright, didn't get the bonus, but we did beat the level. Let's see, we need a giant bearded fellow to smash through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man and sell you're a wizard to wake the MC up. That escalated quickly. Let's see. No yarn sewing. Oh, wait, hold on. Bluebell finally responded. No, yarn sewing is different than this stupid stabby sewing needle I've stabbed myself with a dozen times sewing Velcro in your plushy pauldron. Remind me, where is Velcro going on the pauldron? I forget what that's for. Complete Zan's anxiety dream. When Zan's self-loathing became debilitating, Jen's friendship was a lifeline. It takes a trust that deep to fully unlock the power of another's wizard vessel. But when you do, the rewards are, it says here, +3 knockback. Great. Convo. So, want to talk about it? Thanks to the assist, never had backup in a self-hate dream before. That wasn't the first? He gets me when my emotional immune system is down, when it's busy with something else. Your chat with Liv back in Kalan? Yeah. ... I'm just lost this time, Jen. I could barely cope when I thought I'd made the hard choice. How am I ever gonna get past knowing I made the mother of all F-ups instead? Any chance it's not true? Nah, I knew it as soon as she said it. Saw it. It explains a lot, too. Never sat right that I got a dishonorable discharge for following my orders to a T. I think you were already coping with it. I never understood why you were so cut up about that night. If you'd saved the hostage and Liv was only briefly captured from her own mistake, why was it haunting you? Because rhetorical. Let me finish pop psyching you, please. I think you were already carrying the weight of the truth, you just couldn't look at it right yet. Well, it sure as F got heavier when I found out. I'm sure. I'm just saying, I don't think your 2 years of pain were nothing. It's all progress. It's not all on you. What's that gross Navy saying you told me? It takes more than one a-hole to make a shitstorm. Right. Graphic, but valid. Who else am I meant to blame for this? The guy who shot... Have you considered that some of the blame for the hostage's death might lie with the guy who shot the hostage in the head? Because if I was hired to solve this murder, it would take me 12 seconds and your name wouldn't come up. I'd still have to bill for the hour, though. My accountant says I can't round down anymore. He'd be alive if we hadn't been there. And what was your decision? Was that your decision? No, but defense rests. Liv, tactically. You said Liv was off that night and you warned her there was something fishy in that room. Was she careful? No. Were you? Yeah, I mean as much as... Right. So Liv is the primary author of this becoming a crisis. How did Liv feel about failure? Not an option. So when you're put in a situation where every option is some kind of failure, you've been trained not to accept either option. I'm a soldier, Jen. I should be able to make my own decisions. For sure, but we're talking factors, and an unhealthy aversion to disappointing Liv was a factor. Look, I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. You froze at a bad time to freeze. But the story you're telling yourself is that you walked into a picnic and got someone killed. And I'm saying you were thrown in a blender and you got out alive. You weren't able to save everyone else thrown in there with you. That's the extent of your crime. I want to believe that. I'm trying to see it that way. But we're talking walking into a blender the size of a nation. I don't know how to tell myself I'm not going to get you killed. You're not choosing this for us. You're an asset we need to win. You kicked this off, but you followed my lead on the investigation. You listened to Doll when her objectives took priority, and now we're following the Moss plan. When you form a team, you let it be a team. If we win, it'll be because of that. And if we lose? Then I guess toxic leadership is super effective, but it'll still suck. I think Jodasa was a one-off, but even if it wasn't, having limitations doesn't mean you're broken. If it turns out your brain struggles with decisions, maybe get out of the tactical leadership game. But other than that, who cares? People are decisive when they care less about the consequences. If caring too much turns out to be your problem, you're doing all right. Thanks. I don't think I'll ever forgive myself as much as you do, but hearing all this helped. It's moved my baseline. From where I've been at, that's worth a lot. Oh, that's pretty cool. The cat has her hat on. The cat wishes it was Chip. Oh, I didn't see it. New catchphrase unlocked. I know exactly which quote you're talking about. Let's see. The armband. Okay. Shadow Tactics next year. It's 178th on your requested list, but a banger nonetheless. Let's see. Did I get any new outfits for him? No, we already had access to that. Okay. Move on. Villa Medill, the next day. Friends, excuse me if I'm buzzing, but every Medillan kid dreams of sitting at the stone table someday. I dreamt of goring rabbits. All the same, please use coasters. Alright, let's talk counter heist. We've let Reactor believe we have secret tunnels leading into the mines, so they'll send a Bori down there to block them off. Okay, so real quick, this guy's the one who was a dog. And so he's like, I dreamt of goring rabbits because he was a dog. But not everyone in the room knows he used to be a dog, so they just think he's a freak. Reminds me of that movie, The Good Son, which I don't recommend. It's horrifying. Assuming that play works, we still have 3 major problems left to solve. Which do we want to tackle first? Bori's not gonna light up that mana vein just cause we asked. I've got some thoughts, but you all know him better than me, so I'll put it to you first. Can we turn him? I don't see it. Bori's not a zealot, but he's crap scared of Kennedy. What if we could guarantee his safety? I just don't think he's rational that way. His fear's animal, not calculated. I smell it on him every time I'm canine. Logical argument, don't cut through Musk that thing. We could take Liv down first. If step 1 of your plan is take down Liv Kennedy, step 2 is fan fiction. Don't get me wrong, I'd take another whack at her, but I make a point of not to underestimate the same mark twice. Agreed, it's our highest risk objective. We can't let the rest of the plan presume its success. I could just put a gun to his head. His mask is surprisingly tough. I don't think the threat of one shot is gonna make him compliant. So we beat him down first. Steady on, Bori's alright. Anyway, it's a slim needle to thread. Walk enough to fear death, but sharp enough to cast fireworks. I'm also not wild about using pain and fear to control people, you know, if we can avoid it. It's not unworkable, but I don't love it for plan A. I can just stand near what you want him to burn. Could that work? Is there splash on his spell? A little, but Doll, his fire's worse than it sounds. Your armor won't help, you'd pass out in seconds. Doll shrugs. It's a fair point. We shouldn't throw our only armor at the one thing it's weak to. Didn't hear any other volunteers. I mean, if you want him to burn someone we don't like, I go canine, he goes feral. Explain? My bite's worse than my bark. Makes anyone see red. If I turn him rabid, he'll torch his own mum if she gets too close. Interesting, but tactically, we have a lot more control over our own positioning than the enemies. Not necessarily. Everyone looks at Banks. Falling into a death's door was educational. Did some experiments. Let's say I can move anyone we like to anywhere I can put a door. And you can put those in any wall? Long as I have a clear shot. Well, that makes putting a target in front of the vein significantly easier. This actually sounds workable. So she's gonna make a death door on a wall next to a mana vein, then make a portal underneath an enemy who's gonna fall through the portal and fall out the other portal like it's the game portal next to the mana vein. Then he's gonna go into a dog, bite the fire guy, make him see red, and attack the nearest thing, which we hope is the guy we just put next to the mana vein, hit him with a fireball, and it will splash the mana vein and burn it. That's the plan? I want to grill you both on the nitty-gritty of those powers later, but I'm ready to call that a plan. We send Banks and Rion down to the mines. I don't need a lot of persuading to put a necromancer in the same room as the one guy we absolutely need alive. What's next? How do we burn the mana stockpile in the vault? So, the stockpile's in the vault, right above the mines. It's 300,000 kilos of triple density refined mana, enough to make a global superpower with Reactor's tech. If we win— oh, look. The little post-it notes. If we win the war, beat Liv, and burn the mana vein, we can eventually destroy it ourselves. But given the stakes, we don't want the fate of the world riding on that string of long shots all landing.